Disney is set to report first quarter results after the bell today. This will be the first time that we get numbers on Disney Plus subscribers since the service launched back in November. Investors are also going to be focused on the impact of the coronavirus on the theme park attendance and on Disney's box office dominance. Joining us right now with what we need to be watching is Alexia Quadrani. She is JP Morgan media analyst. And Alexia, it's great to see you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So what's the most important number coming out here of the ones we just mentioned?
Oh, absolutely about the subs. I think all attention will be not so much on the quarter and the results, but on the subs. The sub number is important, but I think what's more important than the sub number is
the subs for Disney Plus, just for
for Disney
and
Plus.
And that stands for subscriber for
Thank
the
you.
new viewer. Yes.
Subscribers for the Disney Plus platform. I think more important than the number, which I think will be a very big number, north of 20 million, is whether or not management will say that the growth in number of subscribers, net number of subscribers, continues post the December quarter. We know we'll see a pickup in growth in March when they launch in Europe, most markets in Europe. But has it continued to grow in the U.S. since The Mandalorian came off the air, since the end of December?
What would be a shockingly low number that would concern you, or one that would be amazingly high?
For a total number of subscribers, yeah. We think the number is going to be a little bit north of 20 million. I think a shockingly low number would be something in the teens. Again, I think it's highly unlikely given that they had such a strong start. An amazingly high, wow, north of 30. North of 30 already.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the coronavirus, because that is going to have some impact just because they've had to close some parks and shut down things. How do you kind of figure that out? How does that play into the revenue line? How is that an impact? And is this something that you figure you just see through because there will be an end eventually?
I mean, I think it's a big deal and it's not a big deal. And it's a big deal because it is a big number. They've closed, right, Shanghai Disneyland, and we know that Hong Kong was going to lose 80 million in the December quarter, and that's when the park was still open. So even though I don't think Shanghai Disneyland is quite as profitable, the park is, they closed the park. So I think you'll see a guidance for a loss north of 80 million for the March quarter. So it is a big number. Don't forget the studios, right? Mulan may or may not open in March. We'll see. But I think investors are focused on Disney Plus. They're focused on what's going on here. And I think they'll see that eventually there'll be an end, we don't know when, to what's going on in China with the coronavirus. And so I think you're right. I think they might sort of look through it.
Andrew thinks they spent too much on Hamilton. Well, 75 million for filming of the stage.
I want to take that back. I think if you count what the ability to run it on Disney Plus, I think that actually it may make sense.
75 million for Hamilton. Was that a good idea or not?
It's a different strategy. It's a little bit riskier, but I think it's a good idea because I think it's a coveted property and it's a competitive environment.
So it was worth it.
We'll know when we know.
Competitive because, by the way, Netflix could have picked it off, or somebody else would have picked it off. The question is, do you get 75 million at the box office? Because it's going to cost 75 to buy it. There's no additional production costs. But then you're going to probably spend another 75 to 100 million dollars to market it.
Yeah.
And so the question is, can you get 175 million dollars back? We'll see.
Not just at the box office, though.
Yeah, because
that's the question, right?
I mean, it's a unique asset. It's got the original cast. I think someone else would have grabbed it, and I think Disney was right.
I think somebody else would have grabbed it. I don't want to dismiss that part of it either.
Yeah. Very quickly, the stock has run up pretty rapidly over the last year. Is everything good news built in already about Disney Plus?
I don't think the answer is no. I think it'll be re-rated if we have a great sub number that people can kind of sink their teeth into. And I think people want to know the growth has continued. And so if we get that, that's upside.